All right, let's try this again. Good morning. Welcome. And today we are talking about the Insta 360 head tracker for the Insta 360 Luna Ultra. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Like I said in the intro, this is what we're talking about today. And yes, I'm holding this in my hand. That way I can keep checking what's going on. Now, one note I do want to say is the camera does have the newest update in it. And I do want to touch on, in the beta you saw, if you watched, they said it was going to update the distance as far as the transmission signal and hopefully get rid of the weak signal. Well, I'm here to tell you, I had the neck strap on today with the Luna in it, and it was less than 6 inches away from the gimbal itself, and I was still getting a weak signal. So that's something to be wary of. Now, that's all I'm going to say on that. But Insta, if you do see this, that might be something you'll want to work on and confirm that it's still not working as they say. But with the official firmware update, I didn't see anywhere in it that it physically said that it updated the transmission signal specifically. So now, on to talking about the head tracker. So in the video that you're going to see, or the clips that you're going to see, is me walking around today with it on using the neck strap. So the neck strap, great thing. There's also going to be some clips of in the vehicle while I was the passenger, and oddly enough, I've made posts elsewhere that wearing the neck strap and trying to use the Luna, you're not able to see over the steering wheel, and I've tested it in 2 different vehicles. Why it works from the passenger seat, I don't know, but you can actually see a little bit clearer. No idea. More testing on that. Now, as far as the head tracker goes, you also need to keep in mind that it only really works to the motion of your head when you're actually physically recording. And it will tell you this if you read the instructions, and I did, believe it or not. So it will move a little bit when you're not recording, but you're not going to get the full range of motion when not recording. So do keep that in mind. I have yet to look at this video, so you're going to be the first to see it when it pops up here. It shouldn't be bad at all, because all I was doing was, head motions left, right, up and down a little bit. And other than that, I do know it worked pretty good for me. Like I said, I have more testing to do on this. Now, for the settings, I did have this at ISO I take that back. For the settings on this, I was at auto ISO and auto shutter because I was going in and out from shadow to bright light, and it makes it a lot easier to be able to do that. I had an ND64 on the front lens, and I had it set to plus 0.03, 0.07 for the EV. White balance was at 5600 the entire time. So those are the settings for what I'm doing here. There have been other people talking about, 800, 400, 100. In the end, what you really need to do is you need to figure out what looks best for you. Me personally, I prefer around 100 to 400 and just leave it at that. And I also did use the new feature as well for the preview, which worked out really, really good. It does help to expose. But as touched on in one of my previous videos, if you're really going to be using this on a professional setting and you want your colors dialed in, buy you a light meter. Buy an external, even though everybody's begging for a plus or minus in this thing. Having an external light meter is going to save you so much time. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. So let's move on to the clips real quick, and we'll be right back. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, this is just going to be a real short, sweet video. Now, my thoughts on this tracker are it's a pretty good thing. I even talked to a couple of people out there today who are friends of mine, and they were asking me what I was doing with it, and I told them what I was doing, and they thought that was a pretty cool idea. And believe it or not, uh, I didn't get that many crazy looks from walking around with something strapped around my neck recording. People are like, didn't even really pay attention or see it, much less say anything to me, except for one lady in a booth. She kind of wanted to talk, and I recorded, and she said hi. So you probably saw that in there as well. Other than that, I mean, it's a good investment, mind you. I've been seeing people are still waiting to get theirs in. So be forewarned, you're going to have to wait, possibly, to receive yours. But I do think it is worth the wait. So, other than that, that's all I've got on this today. And I guess we'll see you in the next one.